Loki Godson is now live. Streaming, just chatting, building a community. Slowly Lowell.
Because I know that I have a visceral reaction when I see videos that seem to run counter to my views.
Yeah.
And I believe that everybody or most people have that feeling. And you try and fight against it and go, no, I'm going to watch this thing that Gary Lineker's just put out about Israel or whatever. Because my immediate reaction is my head wants to dismiss it before I've even watched it. Because I think this guy's an ideologue. He's on the other tribe.
Idiot. Yeah.
So all the things that, and I agree with everything you've said, but they must also be going, gosh, these people on the right, you know, when they sit down and actually, because most of them just go, they're all psychopathic Nazis, they think we are. But if they really think about it, they go, why is it that they're not seeing the truth that we're seeing? So there must be another side to this story that you and I are just shielded from.
Sure. I'm afraid there's not. And I have a lot of experience talking to the left on this, debating them, but also I always make every effort to understand the other side. And often I naturally take the devil's advocate position. So if someone's arguing my point, I quite often end up taking the other side. I don't know why, it's just a sort of quirk that I have. And actually, I did a paper, a chapter in one of our books on reforming the education system as one way to try to get rid of woke and one way to actually increase respect for free speech. And one of the things I advocated for students to do in primary and secondary school is to have, you know, every couple of years, force all students to debate an issue from the opposite side they would normally do, so that
we had to do this in 12th grade.
To consider the validity of other points and express them. Now, one of the things I always do in podcasts and interviews and debates and so forth is I try to avoid doing what many people on the left and the right do, and that's talk theoretically and try to essentially talk about emotions and feelings. And this is why I always try to stick to the facts, because I still think the facts are undeniable. I present the facts.
This guy sounds like an alt-right Nazi to me. I can already see it. Yep.
You draw your conclusion. I think it's quite hard to draw any other conclusion than the one that I think most of our viewers understand. And as I said,
just how it is.
As with my cousin, when she saw the facts, she couldn't deny them, because this wasn't my view, my opinion. This was the clear facts. And as I said, you challenge somebody, for example, to explain how diversity has actually benefited. I had one person talk about the restaurants, but I was like, well, yes, they all added, we've got the recipes now. We don't need them any longer.
I know where you got that from. Mr. Bean.
Yeah, so that was not the 9 o'clock news, I think, yes.
Now that we have the recipes.
And then the other one, of course, is the slavery and reparations. And I say, well, you want reparations for slavery? You living in America, living in Britain, living in the Caribbean. In what way has your life been hurt by slavery? How have you actually been disadvantaged by that? You're living in a country which has a life expectancy far longer than in West Africa. Your income is 10 times higher than in West Africa. Explain to me. And they never can.
And you'd have to take money from the black families who kept slaves as well.
Well, exactly. And you'd also have...
that's different. That would never happen.
If there were Jamaicans living here, they'd be paying reparations through taxes to people in Trinidad. Makes no sense at all. And of course, there were only...
People want reparations because they want money. This is not really... There's no logic in this at all, right? Like, I mean, I can see reparations for something like, Japanese internment camps, because it was people that were directly affected by, like, let's say, a certain thing. But, like, in terms of overall, absolutely not.
A few thousand slave owners, the majority of Brits descend from people who lived lives of abject poverty akin to serfdom in the first place, so why should they pay? But you are a victim of slavery. In what way? And suddenly all of their arguments go, because it's all based upon emotion and fluff. I deal in facts, and I think that's the only way you can hopefully bring over people on the left who aren't so radicalized. Right? That's all. I want to try to bring people who are still sitting on the fence or on the left but are reasonable and logical. You're never going to convert the complete
idiots.
Well, even when you did so with your cousin, who I imagine was not the fact that she watched it at all, she must be quite open-minded. The fact is, you're a family member, a loved one. It's much...
No, being open-minded at all, like that automatically rules out like 30% of people on each side. Probably 20% of people, maybe 10% of people on each side. Maybe it's not as high as 30, but it rules out a lot of people on each side. It does.
Easier to do it that way. It's like they need a friend. It's a fashion thing, and a friend of theirs has to say, like, I might vote for reform, and they might then be a bit shocked. And then
that's actually, he brings up a really good point about this, and I think that he's completely right about it, which is a lot of people's politics, especially young people's politics, are used as social currency and social accessories. So, and they're also a form of social posturing. So they act this way in order to seem like they're part of the in group. There aren't a lot of these positions that are actually informed by any sort of like moral authority. They're just simply going with what people already believe. There's a huge expectation and a huge pressure for a lot of people to maintain the status quo opinion, and I think that you can see that.
A few months later,
and be respectful. You know what happened to decent? It's like old debates where you would shake hands after having a debate,
yeah.
And that now, even that is becoming. I've been at a couple of university debates where people have refused to shake my hand afterwards, and you just think, gosh, you know, have we gone to the stage now where just sharing opinions now and viewpoints is a cause for cancellation?
Well, they think if they genuinely think you're a Nazi,
yeah.
Well, then you don't. I you know, they're not right. But that's what they think, isn't it?
There's visceral anger on the left. I mean, you see...
Well, the problem with that is, and I think the reason why that's happened is because we've allowed people to exist in a world that is their truth. And I think this has happened with like allowing people to believe that they're two-spirited. It's happened with people believing that, you know, they have like these imagined pronouns, etc. And it's happened also with people that are making up definitions for Nazi or racism. To the extent that you let people live in their own world and you don't hold them accountable to what the truth and the facts are, is the point where you diverge even farther from reality. So you have people that are living in these abstractions of reality that are just totally different from what a normal person experiences. It's why mental illness is through the roof. Yes, exactly. No, it absolutely is. And so it's a consequence of free speech. Well, no, it's not, because the issue is not that you can't speak out against it. It's that people do. And I'm not saying it should be illegal to be stupid. I'm just saying that people should be able to acknowledge when somebody's being stupid. But I think that really the issue, especially with like a lot of identity politics, is that a lot of people are unwilling to, for whatever reason, acknowledge and define bad behavior and also delusional behavior. It's basically like anything that you believe you are is true. Well, that's a really, really dangerous precedent to set. That's a crazy dangerous precedent to set. You're free to believe whatever you want as long as it doesn't impose on others. But the problem is that people may be free to believe that, but the difference is that other people don't feel free to oppose that. And I think that's really the issue. So when people can just make up whatever reality they want, and it's not seen as politically correct to correct them, especially whenever we're referring to things that are just totally illogical, like thinking that you have two spirits inside of you. This is a mental illness, and it shouldn't be treated as anything else other than that. Nobody should be playing games with this. Nobody should be trying to accommodate this. Nobody should be taking this seriously. It should just be immediately discarded and viewed as retarded, because that's what it is. But the problem is that people try to, and this is the way that people's empathy ends up hurting them, is that they end up allowing this to happen, and it just makes it worse and worse over time. And now, and this is the thing, right? Is like, like at the beginning, right? It was like, okay, somebody wants to, like, okay, somebody's trans. Okay, that's fine. You be trans. Okay. Well, then now you have people inventing new genders. Now you have people thinking that they're animals, right? At what point do you draw the line between reality and fantasy? And the issue is that there is no logical position on where to draw that line. And that's it. No seasons? Yes, clearly. Two spirits is literally a personality disorder. Well, that's clearly what's happening here.
They kicked me from the group.
Labour scum, killer Labour MP, as we just had from this.
There ain't no way, bro.
I'm told on these dating apps now, it's
that's weak.
Right? I don't think anyone's probably said no Labour.
I suppose it's the
yeah, they do. Whenever they mention like no fat chicks.
Because traditionally the left think the right are evil, and the right think the left is stupid. So we want to talk and go, come on guys, let me explain this to you, and they want to go, no, you're evil. Well, as the old adage says, if you're not a liberal at 25, you have no heart. If you're not a conservative at 35, you have no brain.
What?
This is the thing. Bloody hell. Well, and what is Keir Starmer? I mean this almost in an existential sense. What the hell is it sort of a robot, a kind of a how does that word, parachik?
Apparatchik.
Apparatchik. It just seems as blank slate kind of thing.
Well, it's clear he's clearly not a person with
Yo.
any political acumen or instinct. I mean, it's been nothing but calamity after calamity.
91%
Yeah, guy seems like a joke.
watching
I'll be
Heretics
honest.
clips are not subscribed.
Okay.
Quick favor, hit subscribe.
Okay,
Free,
fine.
takes 2 seconds, and helps us question.
Huh? I don't know. I think they kicked me from the server. I think so, because I can't. It said I'm not on the whitelist. I wrote a ticket in Brighter Times Media Agency, and I don't see their. I don't know. I responded. I wrote a ticket, and I was trying to talk to him. No, I can't even see the Discord anymore. Oh, there it is. I think that's what it is, because I've tried to start it up 2 times in a row, and it says I'm not on the whitelist or something. I don't know why they would have. I don't know why they would have kicked me out in the first place. There's a general VC in here. I've tried to start it 2 times. And no, it just keeps going straight to it. I don't have permission in there. Error connection rejected by Brighter Times server. That's incredibly fucking retarded. Yeah, I didn't do anything wrong. And I was role playing with the guy. He just didn't. He was upset and didn't wanted to complain. Where's the tickets? Where is it? I'm still in the server. The ticket request. DOJ? No, that's the justice system. Open ticket. Oh, here it is. Hey, Loki, I've pulled you into the ticket to discuss an altercation you had earlier where you called some females a few words. Could you give me any footage? What? Oh, I'll be removing your whitelist until you respond to the ticket. Okay. Hey. Not sure. That's about. Yeah, no, that's what they did. I called some girls Transformers. You're not allowed to say that? Yeah. And they killed me over it. I was like, what the hell? There's no reason for that shit. And then I walked off. I'm like, whatever. Yeah, no, they that's what happened, I guess. God, motherfuckers are sensitive in that server. Yeah, I guess I got reported by them. And I got kicked. But they straight up just fucking killed my character after I said that. And I called them Transformers. I was like, it sounds like Transformer. And I was just talking to my buddy that I was hanging out with. And then they just went and straight up attacked us. Well, shit, I didn't know I would. Oh, yeah, respect and diversity. Fuck you. Deemed racist, homophobic, prejudiced, or political or disrespectful. Whatever, dude. Anything can be seen as disrespectful. In that sense, no, man, I don't know. I might end up just not playing. Fuck. I'll probably go to a different server then. That's incredibly fucking retarded. Yeah. 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 Yeah, he responded. He said you had an interaction with a female where you may have called her a transformer. Yeah, I was role playing and I didn't want to say. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I didn't mean to. Mm. Well, I guess I can fucking go to another server. Shit. People want to be crybabies. Motherfuckers don't know how to roleplay. Hell's up with these fuckers? Weak. Everything's on topic.
Question everything together.
I like that video. I do. And I think they bring up a lot of good points. And I think the problem is, again, it's letting people live in their own realities. I think that was probably the most damaging and most detrimental thing to do. Is constantly letting people live in their own realities. Oh, let me link you guys the video. And yeah, I'll take a look at this accent. So we go. Yeah, I'll link the video. I forgot. And Starmer's a chameleon. He pivots towards whatever political stance is better. Yeah, exactly, right. And make reality great again. Yes, imagine that. So there you go. There's the video. Give it a like. I definitely agree with this. It's a parenting issue, and these motherfuckers are adults now. Nah, bro. Like, you can't tell me it's a parenting issue whenever you've got people that are 60 years old that are crashing out. Like, you've got to be a little bit more reasonable with that, okay? And hate that liberal has been claimed by fucking nutcases out there. Well, yeah, definitely. And so watch the H3 Newt video. I will. We'll watch it in a few days. Don't worry about it. In probably a day or two, and we'll get around it. What do you mean let, though? You're talking about policing since our realities are contained in our mind? Well, so whenever I say let, I mean the polite allowance for people to behave in a certain way and the aversion to confronting people's delusions. And I think, like, for example, it's not considered socially acceptable for a person to bring up, like, no, you're not actually like this, you're just crazy. And I think that's been the problem. It's because you can't bring this stuff up and you're not supposed to bring it up. And because of that, it's caused everybody to effectively, it's caused a chilling effect on reality. And it's allowed unreasonable, weird people to just get more unreasonable and more crazy. Parents sue their 30-year-old deadbeat son. For some reason, this got recommended to me. I don't know why.
The 30-year-old deadbeat son has finally moved out of his parents' house.
These parents are kicking their son out of their home.
Man.
That's just so ridiculous.
Mark and Christina Rotondo took the unusual step of suing their own son, Michael Rotondo, to have him evicted from their home in New York.
I just need enough time. I don't need very much.
Yeah.
You keep saying that, but you've had 8 years.
Michael, who was 30 years old at the time, had been living with his parents for several years and
Yeah.
had refused to leave despite their numerous requests.
Right.
My parents stopped feeding me in like December, so I've been.
Maybe if you stop feeding him, he'll go away.
Buying my own food, preparing my own food for a long time.
His parents say he's a freeloader who never offered to pay rent or do chores.
Wow.
They claim that they have provided him with financial support, including room and board.
Wait, watch
They
this.
claim that they have
It's not even. Well, look at, he's just getting the water everywhere. Why is he wearing a suit? Oh no, he's in court.
provided him with financial support, including room and board.
They said you need to get a job, you need health insurance. I've been trying to make it so that I can get out of here.
But that he had not contributed to household expenses
Yeah.
or shown any initiative to move out and become self-sufficient.
Right.
I am a millennial.
Yes.
Mike.
Michael. Thanks.
After repeated attempts
Yeah.
to get him to leave, Mark and Christina Rotondo resorted to legal action.
Why couldn't you guys resolve this without the court?
This is.
I was just out,
But the judge issued the eviction order, giving Michael a specific date to move out.
I don't see why the judge wants to throw people out on the street.
So
Michael, who
ridiculous.
represented himself in court, argued
Really, he did? This is so stupid.
that he needed more time to find a place to live and transition into adulthood.
Because Ethan Klein's too much of a sue me because he knows. How's the lawsuit going? Nowhere, because Ethan Klein's too much of a sue me. Any day now, he's gonna sue. He's gonna sue. Chat, just a reminder, by the way, just a reminder. After he paraded on the internet about how he was gonna sue me and he wanted to sue me, guess what? Still no lawsuit. Oh my God, he's so bitch made. I'm actually pretty certain that his lawyer told him to stop going after me. His lawyer most likely said, dude, you need to stop. You actually need to stop. Whatever, you think I'm an idiot, you think I'm the dumbest person alive, that's fine. Go read the lawsuit. Maybe if you don't want to respect me, you can go respect a judge and a lawyer.
Oh my God. Can someone remind me why Ethan Klein is suing Denims but not XQC? How can so many people be so retarded?
If you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video.
Didn't somebody comment on this? This is Legal Mindset commenting on this.
Lonesome Poet says, just got here and wondering if what Ethan did is considered entrapment. And sorry, and once again, I want to explain this stuff. I'm just laughing in general. So, and that's not a thing. You're probably thinking about like police entrapment or something else different. This is not criminal. This is copyright infringement. So no, there's no such thing in the law. It's enforcing your right. And I use the example once again of the house. It's like putting an alarm on your house. Is that trapping the burglar? No.
What? Oh, no.
Denims compares stealing from a corporation to stealing from Ethan Klein.
You check your bank account and like Chase accidentally refunded you an extra $50.
Okay.
If some old lady on the street is like, hey, you know, do you have change for a $10 bill? And she hands you a $50 bill and you keep the 50. See how one of those feels morally worse? One of those feels like you're stealing from someone who does need it, or you're stealing from, I don't know, not a corporation.
Well, it's a good thing the way that you feel about something isn't the way the law is. Well, I feel differently about this. It's okay when I do it.
We're not talking about legality. It's theft regardless. We're talking about what is morally worse. It's theft regardless.
You can tell she doesn't have a lawyer.
It's theft regardless.
Oh, jeez. So there's a good chance that they might have a bit of a bombing now. This is the 3 military options Trump might consider. We'll see about this.
The president's potential options here. And as you see it, there are 3 main scenarios that could play out here. The first one is essentially that Israel decides to go it alone.
Correct. So if if the president decides to let the Israelis do it by themselves, if he's comfortable, he thinks they have the capabilities to do enough damage that he's comfortable with the after effects of it, this is what it would look like. So in terms of Fordo, you really have 2 options. The Israelis previously launched a raid into Syria about 200 kilometers north into a chemical weapons facility. So they put commandos on the ground before. That's an extreme option with a lot of risk, obviously putting people on. But as you can see, the tunnel entrance is here. So we got them here, right, here, and here. Right, so if you're going to send folks inside into the mountain into a deep buried facility as a render safe mission, kind of difficult.
Yeah,
but
I mean, how defended is this area, though? I mean, are there, Iranians on the ground?
Sure.
What else is there?
So, I mean, there's plenty of defenses that are here. This was specifically
Age of Empires, yeah.
built as a deep buried facility to withstand conventional attacks, either from a ground or an air raid.
Yeah.
So, and you also have what we'd call fatal funnels or choke points, because if there's any guns inside, those are the only entrance points, and that's where they're pointing. So it's a very difficult mission set for anybody performing it.
Yeah.
No.
So the second option is that the United States does a limited attack, and it sounds like from our reporting that is what the United States is trying to figure out. What is the limited option here?
Right, so if it's limited options, so if it wasn't the ground raid and the Israelis, those same tunnels, if they don't bomb them and collapse the tunnels and the air shafts so that they can't get inside, requiring constant suppression, then it becomes the U.S. option, right? There's really only one aircraft that's capable of carrying the 30,000-pound bunker-busting bombs required to do the mission, and it's the B-2 stealth bombers.
So yeah, we already know about this one.
Round trip to the United States with refueling, provided that nothing forward deployed. Probably multiple sorties involved, but that's realistically what we're looking at in order to do enough damage to set the program back.
Yeah, and the B-2s,
it's laggy.
Israel.
I feel like they're guessing, right? And like, there's only so many things that the U.S. can really do. So, I mean, unless they have like some super secret weapon that we have no idea about. But I feel like if they did, they probably wouldn't use that in this situation. So, like, you can pretty much assume what the different outcomes are going to be. Right? I mean, that's what I would say.
They don't have them, and that's why it requires the U.S., and they can't deliver as big of a blow from the air.
Yeah, so talk us through option 3. This is essentially looking at the region and saying, not just this one facility, but let's take it all out. Like, what are we talking about in terms of that?
Sure, I think this is the least likely option to start with. If the president makes a decision to hit Fordo, his political base doesn't support, a war. He certainly doesn't want to collapse the government there and deal with nation and state building, which is what we saw in Iraq and Afghanistan. But if we did go in and decide to strike, right, what do the targets look like outside of that? You can see the nuclear facilities here with the nuclear symbols, and then you've got regime targets, and then you've got oil refineries along there, which is really far expanded at that point. It's more likely that would be. But that would realistically probably only happen if they decide to go after U.S. forces in the region. So we have...
Yeah, I feel like even if that happens, there's going to be a lot of people that still won't want to get involved in the war. Like, even if U.S. forces got attacked or something like that, I still just don't really... I just don't really see that happening.
Between Qatar, the UAE, we've got major air bases. U.S. Central Command has a forward headquarters at Al Udeid Air Force Base in Doha. We've got major bases in Kuwait. But what's probably the most likely would be the U.S. bases here, outside of Baghdad, up north in Kurdistan, and then here in Syria along the border, which is what everybody's predicting they would try to hit. So the U.S. has been surging assets in. F-22 squadron came in today into the U.K., all kinds of fighter assets and air defense systems to protect U.S. forces that are there. Ships were moved out of the harbors, and aircraft that were not in hardened bunkers have already been moved out. It is very clear the U.S. is preparing for a potential option to strike at this point.
Yeah.
It's obvious. It's obvious it's going to happen 100%. Yep. Everybody knows it. Most Americans think UK
Potential
is
option to
9%
strike, but they
everything.
do
So what do
not.
you mean by that?
It seems
No,
like
no.
want a scenario where
Yeah.
all of this
Iran's
in play.
mountainous.
Not.
Yeah.
No, I think that's what they're trying to avoid. And everything to date from CENTCOM has largely been defensive in nature to protect forces that are there. And there's a lot of dual citizens. People don't realize that there are millions of citizens that are potentially traveling through the region through Europe, and those that are dual citizens of Israel and other countries.
Yeah, Alex, thank you very much for joining us and for giving us all that information. Will he or won't he? Tonight, the world is watching and waiting for President Trump to make the single most consequential decision of his time in office so far.
I think so, too.
Whether he will allow the United States to get involved in the conflict between Israel and Iran. Now, just a short time ago, CNN learned that Trump has reviewed potential attack plans for Iran, but he has not approved them. He is holding off to see if Tehran steps back from its nuclear program. Meanwhile, Trump met with his national security team in the Situation Room to discuss the options for U.S. military involvement. And we're told that top officials are now discussing how the U.S. can strike Iran without becoming embroiled in a full-scale war. Meanwhile, Israel and Iran continue to trade strikes, and the relentless barrage enters its 7th day. So here is what Iran is
I'm
saying
actually
if the United
surprised.
States decides to join Israel's attacks.
This thing is so laggy. I'm actually surprised that they were able to like get a few new bombs off. I didn't expect that at all. Like I thought, especially like after like.
Hold on, this is kind of crazy here. I just saved all this. This is the Brighter Times RP. Apparently, I put in a ticket and then they didn't even. The other ticket didn't fucking matter. But somebody complained about me calling them a transformer inside a video game, inside the server. So they fucking came after me and they tried to kill my character. Which they fucking did. Because I don't know how to play the goddamn game very well. I don't play GTA at all, really. I just started doing it because of the role-playing bullshit. I thought it'd be fun. But yeah, let me bring this up for you. Look at this shit. So this is the server. Brighter Times RP. Here's everything in here. There's the code to invite for a server. All right. I don't know. It's kind of bullshit. People just want to play around and act a fool. Altercation that I had where you called some females a few words. Could you give me any footage? You have this interaction as well of your side of the story. What happened? Thank you. And we're going to watch that. I would be removing your... Okay, yeah, so I wasn't able to get in the server. Hey, I'm not sure what this is all about. You had an interaction with a female. You called her a transformer. Yeah. Yeah, I was role-playing. I didn't mean to offend anybody for reals. Like, I was just fucking role-playing. I was like, they fucking shoved me off. They're probably transformers. Probably transformers anyways. Do you happen to have footage of this event? I would have to look through my VODs. Killed my character and acted crazy and irrational. Murder hobo is what we call it in D&D or any other TTRPG. Yeah, my misspellings, whatever. And that could be capitalized, I guess. But I don't give a shit. And then this guy responds, it would have been the night of the 19th. I don't have the exact time at the moment. But if you could find some footage, this would be great. Greatly appreciated. Yeah, let's go through. Let's go find the footage of the interaction. Why the fuck not? You guys want to see it? Fucking idiots. The fuck it doesn't matter. Just fucking role playing, and I turned them down. So what? Write a fucking ticket, and fucking pussy. All right, let's go through content. No, I need to delete this. The 19th. Okay. So what day? Here we go. 19th. This is the title, 420. Racist. All right, let's pull it up. Cement. What are you bearing? You got a couple of bodies to bury?
Cement blocks. Yeah.
You just selling concrete?
Just selling some concrete until you mix it, obviously. But yeah, cement.
Oh, all right. You know, if I ever need,
You ever need some cement?
yeah, if I need cement, I'll hit you up. Yeah.
That's right.
You said
That-
Cement guy. Cement. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm good on that. I got
He,
I'm good.
Did bro say cement?
I think he's on another one right here, bro. He's on another one. This fool, I don't know about this shit. I gotta go. Damn, that shit looks fun.
There was
All
a
right.
weird recipe, bro.
Are you?
I go by the real. Bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Is this guy still on that semen shit?
Cement for? What? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the people use cement for, so I can sell it to the right people.
Why you say it like
I
that,
don't get
bro?
shit.
Why you gotta say it like that?
Cement? Are you gay?
It's cement.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's not cement. Are you Texas or some shit?
No. Bro, my uncle owns a cement business, bro. What are you talking about?
Cement. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Cement. That sounds better. Yeah. I'm from Ohio. I guess we call it. It does sound like semen. I guess. Shit.
Right over here in Illinois.
Cement. Yeah, we say cement up here.
Hey, who's this car right here? Who owns this shit? What you doing? You guys just gonna chill here? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, why? I can't?
No, you can. I was just wondering, you got a busted ass window?
Yeah.
You guys need everything okay?
Yeah, we're just looking for some.
You ladies need some assistance or?
No.
Okay, well, just checking.
You asking?
Yeah, I'm here for you if you need some help. You know.
Appreciate that.
Oh yeah. All right, I'll catch you on the flip side. Nah, they're in the car. I don't, you know.
Other than trunk.
I don't think you can park here, guys.
Okay, parking meter made.
Well, what do you girls want to do? You girls want to smoke one?
Fucking low. What do you keep calling me for? fuck you
I
want?
didn't call you.
You called me like 4 fucking times in 4 straight
Because
days.
I think it's funny. Because I think it's funny when you scream on the phone.
Whoa.
Fuck you.
Whoa. That was escalated.
Always fucking yelling.
Is that little girl thing, gang? Or what?
No.
Oh, come on, you know you want my boy
He's
right
fucking
here.
my friend Gigi.
Always.
Hey, gang, look at you go.
Where'd Gigi go? She could fly out?
Nah, bro, he could be fucking me too if he was down.
Whoa. Is that a transformer?
Yo, what up, bro?
Hmm.
Hey, don't pull out no car, bro. Don't pull out no car, bro. Y'all pull out no fucking car, bro.
Oh, don't get me,
You just call me to transform me, get away with that shit, bro?
Oh no.
How you can do that shit, bro?
You think I can have that gun? I don't got a gun.
No, you can't.
I can't have it.
Hell no.
Why not?
Man, you not a pocket like that. I don't know why he would like. Why would you say that, bro?
I'm on your.
Whoa. Is that a trans?
Hey, gang. Come on, you know you want my. For what?
No.
For what?
No.
Oh, come on, you know you want my boy
He's
right
fucking
here.
my friend Gigi.
Always.
Hey, gang, look at you go.
Where'd Gigi go? She could fly out?
Nah, bro, he could be fucking me too if he was down.
Whoa. Is that a transformer?
Yo, what up, bro?
Hmm.
Hey, don't pull out no car, bro. Don't pull out no car, bro. Y'all pull out no fucking car, bro.
Oh, don't get me,
For what?
No.
Oh, come on, you know you want my boy
He's
right
fucking
here.
my friend Gigi.
Always.
Hey, gang, look at you go.
Where'd Gigi go? She could fly out?
Nah, bro, he could be fucking me too if he was down.
Whoa. Is that a transformer?
Yo, what up, bro?
No.
Oh, come on.
Why would you say that, bro?
I'm on your side here. I really
Nah,
need a
him,
gun.
bro, like-
I know. I was just asking if I could take his gun off him.
You stupid fucking dog.
Oh, damn. Dude's about to get fucking evaporated.
Or by night?
I don't mean this in any way, but you know, that
Did you shoot
transformer
him?
just showed you up, man. So how about that?
Oh, good.
Yeah, next time.
Oh,
you
she
better
did
think
shit.
about it.
Good
Yo,
shit.
Bro, why would you call someone a transformer, bro? Why would you ever do that? You said it with your chest too, gang. Ain't nobody walling out, dog.
Fucking facts, dude. Fucking queers. Are they gonna come get me? They gonna come get me or what? God damn. There's only 3 online? I guess I was dumped in the ocean, so I gotta forget everything that happened. God damn it. I mean, I'm gonna forget somewhat, but not really. Transformers got mad. I gotta learn how to shoot better. I gotta start playing GTA for real. Oh, fucking cat motherfuckers. Where's my shit at, dude? Come on. It'd not be cool if they stole that fuck.
Shit was, hey, don't pull out no car, bro. Don't pull out no car, bro. Don't pull out no fucking car, bro. Shit, bro. You just call me a transform, get away with that shit, bro? You just call me a transform, get away with that shit? You just call me a transform, get away with that shit, bro? Hmm?
Oh no.
You just call me a transform, get away with that shit, bro? Hmm?
Oh no.
Oh, you can do that shit, bro?
You think I can have that gun? I don't got a gun.
No, you can't.
I can't have it.
Hell no.
Why not?
Man, you not in my pocket like that. I don't know why he would why would you say that, bro?
I'm on your side here. I really
Nah, him, bro,
I know. I was just asking if I could take his gun off him.
You stupid fucking dog.
Dude's about to get fucking
It'd not be cool if they stole that fucking gun though. Every time we get a fucking gun, it gets stolen. All right, I'm gonna watch a video or something. But in the meantime, I'm gonna fucking wait for my ass to get revived. Some bullshit.
Someone on YouTube, like, hey, Steve Whitey.
Yeah, fuck you, bro. I don't give a shit.
Ted Cruz claims the Bible commands Christians to defend the nation of Israel. No.
Growing up in Sunday school, I was taught from the Bible, those who bless Israel will be blessed, and those who...
Oh, fuck. Oh, come on, bro. Like, why do you have to fucking do this? Why?
curse Israel will be cursed. And from my perspective, I want to be on the blessing.
You just call me a transformer, get away with that shit, bro?
Oh no.
Hey, you can do that shit, bro?
You think I can have that gun? I don't got a gun.
No, you can't.
I can't have it.
Hell no.
Why not?
Man, you not pocket like that. I don't know why he would why would you say that, bro?
I'm on your side here. I really
Nah,
need a
him,
gun.
bro,
I know. I was just asking if I could take his gun off him.
You stupid fucking dog.
Dude's about to get fucking
You just call me a transformer, get away with that shit, bro?
Yeah?
No.
I'm gonna call
Hey,
it
bro.
facts,
You
dude.
think I can have that gun? I don't got a gun.
Fucking
No, you
clears.
can't.
I can't have it.
Hell no.
Why not?
I thought it was fucking comedy gold. Fuck the whole scene. The guy took it too seriously. No, I'm gonna call you a guy. Or a transformer. No. I don't play those games. I don't feed into mental fucking derangement.
They gonna come get me or what? God damn. There's only 3 online? I guess I was dumped in the ocean, so I gotta forget everything that happened. God damn it. I mean, I'm gonna forget somewhat, but not really. Transformers got mad. I gotta learn how to shoot better. I gotta start playing GTA for real. Oh, fucking cat motherfuckers. Where's my shit at, dude? Come on. It'd not be cool if they stole that fucking gun, though. Every time I get a fucking gun, it gets stolen. All right, I'm gonna watch a video or something. But in the meantime, I'm gonna fucking wait for my ass to get revived.
Yeah, that's fucking retarded as shit. I got it. I see exactly what happened. Motherfuckers got sensitive.
Like how many just like false alarms it was, like that maybe they did. I mean, in my opinion, I think the U.S. is going to join the conflict for sure, but I just don't know to what extent. That's the difference. Do you think the bunker buster stuff is all posturing to scare the Iranian government into a deal? Well, I think like it's both, right? I mean, it's true that we can do it, but it's also true that we don't want to do it. Like the best case scenario would be if they surrendered and they just deconstructed their military or their nuclear program, right? That would be the best case scenario. Hell no, we've used it on the proxies before. Yeah. No, I mean, of course they won't do that. Well, I mean, they might not do that, but that's definitely that would be our best case scenario.
I gotta go make myself some
never
coffee.
roll on surrender? Yeah, I don't know.
The Americans decide to get involved militarily. We have no choice but to retaliate wherever we find the targets necessary to be acted upon.
CNN anchor Anderson Cooper is live now in Tel Aviv. Anderson, now that you are on the ground in Israel, what is it like there? Do you get the sense of anticipation for what Trump's decision is going to be and what that might mean for Israel and the region?
There's certainly a lot of anticipation here. Just in the last hour, Iran's Revolutionary Guard has said that air defenses have been activated in Tehran. Now, the IDF has also in the last hour put out a warning to Iranians in 2 areas around Tehran to evacuate because of strikes that they are going to be conducting. There's no word yet on what the latest targets might be from Israel. Earlier today, the Israeli Air Force said that 25 fighter jets had hit more than 40 targets in western Iran. We're talking about missile storage sites, military personnel, missile launchers as well. Israel continues, Abby, as you know, to dominate the skies.
I just don't know how they do that, and somehow there's not an ability for them to they just keep shooting missiles, right? How many of these fucking sites do they have? It's insane.
Over western Iran, and seems able to take their time selecting out new
Why are we warning
targets,
them?
searching for
Well, it's
new
pretty
targets,
obvious what's going to happen.
And hitting those at will. Now, at the same time, Iran's ability to launch
big.
missiles
Yeah, I guess so.
here into Tel Aviv and elsewhere into Israel seems to be greatly reduced. Today, there have only been 2 warnings that have gone out to residents here in Tel Aviv to seek shelter. We've gone down to the shelters twice today. That's a lot less than in prior days. No reports of any fatalities as a result of those attempts by Iran. It is just past 5 a.m. here. Dawn is just starting to break, and once again, residents here are going to be waking up wondering what this next phase of the conflict will bring and what will President Trump decide to do.
Yeah, I mean, the entire world waits. And I know, Anderson, you've only been on the ground for a short time now, but what is life like in Tel Aviv? I mean, are people able to go about their lives?
I would
we've
expect
seen
that.
A lot of our correspondents and
Holy
anchors
shit.
having to go into stairwells and bomb shelters as these sirens have gone on. But are people able to do other things?
Yeah, you know, life in many ways has slowly gotten back. I wouldn't say to normal here. There's certainly a lot of concern about what lies ahead, how long this may go on for, what the impact of it is going to be, and whether or not the U.S. is going to get involved. But in Tel Aviv, I mean, Tel Aviv is often referred to as a bubble. You know, there were people swimming in the ocean today. There were people watching the sunset. There was a coffee shop.
Yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Pumpkin.
Shops are open. Life has not returned completely to normal, but I think the fear that we.
Oh, no way. He didn't ban. He hasn't bombed him yet. There's no way. There's just a strategy. Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. It's just a strategy right now. They're just talking about doing it. You're lying.
Pathetic. What is this? Pathetic. Damn, he mad. He mad about this?
Hassan wants to be a cool hip phase boy so bad. It's good content. Not gonna lie. I don't know why so many people get so fucking butt mad whenever this interaction happens. And I think I know exactly why. It's because your favorite content creator is a pathetic little fucking cretin who never leaves his house. So when you see a political content creator who,
how does he know this is? How does he know it's me?
Isn't like that, and who has the capacity to just like interact with these people, you go, I'm ass mad. Why won't my pedophilic loser school shooter favorite political content creator not interact with these people?
What?
It's like, okay, man, have fun. Say it's cringe bomb. Okay, you're fucking cringe, and you're.
Bro, I hope he's all right, man. I hope he's doing okay. What is going on over there? Oh my God, that's crazy. I'm a school shooter now.
I love this chatter. One, accidentally writing this in my chat instead of Asmongold's chat. It was not accidental. He tagged you. It does boggle the mind.
that there are people who do ask that question sincerely to someone like Asmongold, as though he knows anything. Period. Not even just like anything about the history of Iran, history of Israel, but just anything in general.
Oh my god. Where's Nux? Why isn't Nux on my fucking profile yet?
Talking for the right wingers, America first, right? You see in their bio. This just in, Mr. President, another Hassan Piker hit piece article has hit the worldwide news. The New York Post posted an actual hit piece on this guy. Now, as you know, as the
Jesus Christ.
how effed is Hassan Piker franchise extraordinaire sloppinor? I must say, I am not only goated, but I have been.
Your volume's a little too loud, bro. Mic's too low. Cool theme. Little retro shit going on. I see you. Pretty sick.
Recognized for my literal greatness in this regard. Diesel Patches made a whole video talking about how I am the sloth god. That's right. I mean this seriously, bro. I am the sloth. It's a real ass article made by real ass bitches, not like me. I'm a blue retard on the internet.
I'm a blue
streamer.
I mean, nah, you're not, bro. they're tripping. Hella tripping.
Hassan Piker is pushing Gen Z boys to extreme left with twisted views on Israel on 9/11. This is actually crazy. This is actually insane. The moral panic about Andrew Tate and his influence on young men has been massive, but what about the socialist retards? Hassan Piker, 2.9 million Twitch followers. Hassan Habib appeals to the same bro demographic as stereotypical right-leaning manosphere, except he sells a very different ideology. This 33-year-old Jersey-born streamer who recently showed up at anti-ICE protests in Los Angeles in a bulletproof vest has self-described as a leftist, socialist, anti-capitalist. He holds enormous cultural sway with Zoomers who flock to Twitch, and there's something pretty crazy about him. Parents should keep an eye on Piker, who told his 7.3 million followers across platforms multiple times that America deserved 9/11 and that Jews are inbred. I'm just saying the New York Post is clearly a fan of the How Fucked Is Hassan Piker franchise. He truly is indefatigable.
You can't do that. You can't. How do you stand on those principles? How do you say those things? Also, the baby thing, killing the babies, that was bad. Also, there's other shit, real creepy shit that's happened as well.
And on Twitch for 7, 8, 9 hours a day, at least 6 days a week.
I think he had like he was a teacher, a master class, just like what Andrew Tate was doing.
As of June 18th, he's only taken 2 days off since the month started. He streams 10 hours on June 8th. Set up at his own monitor, he flips through articles from Al Jazeera to Fox News and occasionally fills himself giving dating advice. Good shit. It's very important for a guy who's been known to go to Diddy parties and brothels in Germany that sex traffic children. He's definitely the type of person I want to be giving dating advice to children. Absolutely. Piker's stamina is matched only by his fans who flood the comments. May Allah awaken President Xi and allow him to see the evil doing of Israel and the United States. That is endorsing China to go to nuclear war, by the way. One commenter said on a recent stream, another chimed in when Piker showed a clip from Fox News. In a just world, Fox News in its entirety would be lined up in The Hague for lies and propaganda. Even after Piker logs off his hours-long feed, the messages keep pouring in. In a recent live stream discussing Israel's conflict with Iran, he called...
Well, they also pour in from his followers and his friends that agree with him, which the same case could be said about these Nux Nor, Asmongold, Tectone. They all inhabit the same sphere. But I just believe Nux Nor, Asmon, and Tectone just have more rational thinking, rational thoughts to the situation.
Israel the giant baby nation with nuclear arms. He said its existence is a great shame and a serious stain. Now, this is him covering 2 Israeli embassy staffers shot and killed outside Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. Hassan Piker suggesting that the May Israeli embassy shooting resembled a false flag operation, and that's exactly what he did. So, as you could see, they absolutely cooked. They absolutely fucking cooked. It's a big article. It is absolutely a big article. They started lambasting him for all this other amounts of bullshit. Like, dude, they started lambasting him for everything. Pay attention to this, because this will be relevant in just a minute. But the point that I'm trying to make is, this guy's a demon. Bro's a demon, and people are noticing. The How Fucked Is Hassan Piker franchise is actually starting to pick up some steam. People are really enjoying it, it seems. Well, not Hassan so much. He doesn't like it, but everyone else seems to like it. This is a franchise truly appreciated by basically everybody. Now, I made this tweet a while ago. I'll show you it again because I want to show you something funny. Hassan Piker says, America deserved 9/11. He supports multiple terrorist organizations. He tells his audience to kill 2 U.S. senators. The FBI revokes his global entry. He tries to enter the USA with global entry anyway. They ask him questions at airport security. He cries and lies about being detained for 2 hours. In my opinion, this story of Hassan making up being detained in the airport will inevitably be one of the biggest helps to the Republican Party of the entire year. Basically, the whole concept that America is, under Trump, is some sort of fascist dictatorship and they're locking people up for their opinions was literally a hoax pushed by Hassan, and this is verifiable evidence that he fucking tried to hoax the government. Now, I made this tweet. I think it's a pretty good tweet. I get retweeted by Nyara. Dude said protesters should be killed and deserve to be deported for knowing their American rights, by the way. No. I didn't say that at all, actually. None of that, literally, ever has been said by me, but that's okay. That's the classic Hassan fan slander. You get used to it. Of course, I had to retweet this because dude took a break from advocating for child castration to endorse terrorism. I thought that was definitely important to note. Just a nice shift from, oh, hey, I think we should be cutting the balls off children, to swerve.
Hold on. I can respect identities, but I don't give a shit. Fuck you. You're transgender, then that's what you are. If I call you a transformer, then that's what you are too. You're just trying to make up this fucking narrative to whatever you want to be. I wouldn't. Yeah, this is just not gonna this is just not gonna fly, dude. I'm just gonna eventually find another fucking server to go to, because this ain't gonna fly, dude. Here we go. Hey there. Just wanted to talk to you about the situation that came up. We don't allow or support behavior that can come across offensive, or hurtful towards others. Well, Jesus Christ. I could say anything that could be offensive to somebody. That's and hurtful? Oh man. Their feelings. How am I supposed to know what's going to hurt somebody, especially in this day and age when everybody's getting hurt over everything? I'm glad this is tensioning up right now, this war against all this transgender bullshit, but it's about to end. Yeah, it's all getting really intense, and then it's over, dude. Just fuck off with your bullshit. We know that you're mentally ill. I'm not going to cater to somebody that's mentally ill. I do understand that you didn't mean to harm it, and if he is transgender in the game and then out of the game, that's still. Then he was role playing. Why did he fucking hit the fucking ticket? And honestly, if you got an issue with it, we can have a discussion about it, and I could talk some sense into you. And if you want to further escalate that, we could go to a gym and put on some gloves, like beat the shit out of you. Like, I don't know what you want. Why do you want? Like, we can get a sanctioned match if you want that. I do not understand that you didn't. I do understand that you didn't mean. No, I didn't mean to harm anything. I was just joking around, having fun. Do understand that you didn't mean any harm, and we're just trying to stay in character during RP. But unfortunately, the other person involved didn't experience it like that. Experience it that way. It's really important to be mindful of what we say and who we're saying it to. Everyone's here to have fun. Yeah, I was having fun. I was having a great time. I even thought when then he killed me and dumped me in the fucking ocean, I thought that shit was hilarious too. But I didn't honestly know he was that fucking upset about it. I think dude was very upset about it. That was really fucking whack. He was very, very upset. This said Transformer. That said, I'll be issuing you a warning for offensive speech. It's just a formal reminder and will fall off after 30 days. I also included a link below to the announcements with more info that might be helpful. If you have any questions or anything else, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help. Okay. That's like a generic thing that they have to copy and paste somewhere, I'm sure. Respect all identities. Fuck you. We're role-playing. There's no such thing as identities. And if you role-play as several different identities, then what else am I going to fucking call you, you dumb shit? I'm going to call it like I see it. I'm going to call you a transformer. It's probably what I'm going to do. Why wouldn't I do that? Because we're role-playing. We're not getting offended by what's going on in the game. And if you're actually role-playing your character, then that's probably what you would have kept in character. You wouldn't have changed your voice. We want to take a moment to talk about something deeply important to us as a community. The safety, dignity, and respect of all other players, especially our transgender members, especially so they get preferential treatment? Well, that's not fair. Seems very biased. This server is a space for creativity, connections, and fun, but none of that matters if people feel unsafe or disrespected. Misgendering someone or calling a transgender person names is not just a mistake. It's hurtful, dehumanizing, and absolutely not something we will tolerate, which is completely ridiculous because he was playing in character as the other voice. So I'm going to call it like I see it in game. I'm still role playing. We know that everyone is we know not everyone is perfect. People slip up and calling people slurs, making jokes. Okay. No, it is RP. It's not. It's just RP. It is RP. And if he RP'd his fucking character to have different voices, then I'm RPing that. Why wouldn't I? Yeah, I don't. Your server will be obsolete eventually. Don't worry about it. These fucking flags are. We've had enough. People have had enough, dude. Look the ratio. No one cares about that shit. Yeah, no, nah, bro. He changed voices. You change voices in that character? Yeah. Whoa. That's the kind of response you're gonna get because I'm role playing. That and I thought you were going along with it and role playing with me. I didn't know it was gonna be that way. Mr. fucking sensitive. Man, you'd lose a debate into a fight. You get too worked up and emotional. Run at me and pull a gun and shoot me. Nah, I'm going to show him that video. Let me pull it out. Oh yeah, let me mark my last conversation with him too, so I can record all this.
No. Oh, come on, you know you want my boy right here.
He's fucking my friend Gigi.
Always. Hey, gang, look at you go.
Where'd Gigi go? She could fly out?
Nah, bro, he could be fucking me too if he was down.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa! Is that a transformer?
Yeah, what up, bro? Hey, don't pull out no card, bro. Don't pull out no card, bro. Y'all pull out no fucking card, bro.
Oh, don't get me, don't.
No.
Oh, come on, you know you want my boy
He's
right
fucking
here.
my friend Gigi.
Always. Hey, gang, look at you go.
Where'd Gigi go? She could fly out?
Nah, bro, he could be fucking me too if he was down.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa! Is that a transformer?
Yeah, what up, bro? Hey, don't pull out no card, bro. Don't pull out no. Oh, no. You just call me a transformer, get away with that shit, bro?
Oh, no.
How you can do that shit, bro?
You think I can have that gun? I don't got a gun.
No, you can't.
I can't have it.
Hell no.
Why not?
Man, you not in my pocket like that. I don't know why he would why would you say that, bro?
I'm on your side here. I really
Nah,
need a
him,
gun.
bro, like-
I know. I was just asking if I could take his gun off him.
You stupid fucking dog.
Oh damn. Dude's about to get fucking beat back.
You just call me to transform and get away with that shit, bro?
Oh no.
How you can do that shit, bro?
You think I can have that gun? I don't got a gun.
No, you can't.
I can't have it.
Hell no.
Why not?
Man, you not pocket like that. I don't know why he would why would you say that, bro?
I'm on your side here. I really
Nah,
need a
him,
gun.
bro, like-
I know. I was just asking if I could take his gun off him.
You stupid fucking dog.
Oh damn.
You're a piece of shit. Still, you think that you think that makes it better? You think that whatever you did makes it better? What your actions were? Like, that's ridiculous, bro. You got offensed. Like, you really got offensed. You're really offended right there. And I was still fucking role playing. I thought you were just having fun too. I thought we're just whatever. You really didn't need to go that far. And to make a ticket, that's the most ridiculous shit ever. I think those are it, though. I think those were the problems.
Straight into the lane of fuck yeah, Islamic terrorist organizations are actually
Fuck these
insanely
servers,
based.
dude.
Now the thing is, in Iran, they are actually very, very pro-trans, according to Hassan Piker. Hassan says the Iranian regime is very woke and pro-trans. You know why? Because if you're gay,
Fuck
they
a woke
cut your
server.
cock off or murder you. So they are pretty pro-trans in that regard. So now we are going to be looking at Hassan, the largest leftist political streamer in the world, essentially going on a stream and constantly talking about how Iran deserves nukes and alleging that that Iran should nuke Israel, just drop a nuclear bomb. Now, before we get too deep into this, I saw this debate over here, and I need to show you this clip. This is a clip of Konstantin Kirsten debating Dave Smith on Piers Morgan, and he said that, hey, the Iranian regime that you're defending is actually pretty bad. So let's see why he thinks it's a pretty bad regime.
Israel has been at war with Iran since October the 7th, when an Iranian proxy, Hamas, attacked them.
True.
On October the 8th, an Iranian proxy, Hezbollah, began to fire rockets into
True.
Israel. Then the Houthis, another
True.
Iranian proxy, began
And Hassan supports all three of those terrorist organizations. Pretty weird.
to attack shipping and also Israel.
True.
Right? Now, what has happened since then is Israel has eliminated those threats to, I was going to say deballed, but decapitated Hezbollah. They dealt with the threat of Hamas, and they are now in a position to deal with the threat they've always been concerned about. Now, why is Israel so concerned about this? Well, first of all, Iran has been saying for a very long time, they don't want regime change in Israel. They want the state of Israel not to exist.
True.
Now, think about the fact that in the post-October 7 world, they cannot take the risk that they're only enriching uranium to 60% because they want to threaten to have nuclear weapons.
Bullshit,
That is
bro.
not something they can do. And by the way, Piers, there's something that people don't seem to understand about. You know, we struggle in the West. I really do think we all struggle in the West to understand the fundamentalist mindset. And let me give you an example of what the regime in Iran is like. So,
are you ready? So far, bro's been spitting straight facts. I wanted to give you a little bit of a holistic background story from the perspective of why Iran should not be having nuclear weapons at all before we dive into Hassan and his retardation, because he's 610% cooked right now, actually, according to my math. But now let's look into the fundamentalist mindset of Iran. Let's see if they're actually kind of good guys. Maybe they just don't like Jews a little bit, but they're kind of good guys aside from that, maybe. Let's see.
So that we can all understand what the threat here is. After the Islamic Revolution happened in Iran in 79, the war broke out between Iran and Iraq. And in that war, Iran was at a disadvantage. It was militarily backward. It wasn't financially able to deal with it.
All right.
You know what they did? They attempted to mitigate that by recruiting as many child soldiers as they could. We don't know how many because they didn't bother to count, but it's
child soldiers. Now, we can agree. Hundreds of thousands of child soldiers, not cool. Are we all on the same page? Are we all on the same page? Well, don't worry, boys and girls. It gets so much worse. Definitely subscribe to traumatize you and also give you facts on the ground.
And because some of them were too young and too weak to fight, they didn't send them to the front line. They sent them to sweep minefields with their own bodies. That is what this regime does. Now, if those...
It got much less cool, by the way. Are we on the same page? That is this insanely fucked up regime, bro. That's insanity.
People are willing to do that to their own children, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds. What do you think they would do to the children of their enemies if they get a nuclear weapon, or if they get close to, or if they're allowed to continue funding proxies around the Middle East in order to attack Israel, as they've already done?
He spat facts. Okay? He spat unbelievable facts. Now, the reason why I wanted to show you this clip is because Iran says death to America. They say they want to wipe out America. They say they want to wipe out Israel. If they're willing to use their own children as living minesweepers, where they would blow themselves up to sweep mines so that the military could figure out where to go in minefields, do you not think that they're actually being serious about the threats that they're making to other countries? Not to mention the fact that Iran tried to assassinate President Trump twice, according to the Department of Justice, at least twice. So, yes, they are absolutely a threat. They should not be given any power, and anyone that actually thinks they are is an enemy to the United States, like Hassan Piker. Anyway, lock in, boys and girls. You're about to see the biggest, most fucked up, retarded Hassan Piker content of your life. Now, a lot of people talk about Hassan from the perspective of drama. As you know, I do the deep dive no one else does. We are about to fuck this man unconsensually.
Donald Trump has been going nutty mode, talking big on the timeline. As you know, yesterday he urged the evacuation of Tehran, which is an incredibly large city. I believe.
Very nice of Trump, right? He told people to leave Tehran so that they don't get hit as collateral damage. That's pretty nice. Unlike Iran, who purposefully targets hospitals and civilians, currently Israel is only targeting the nuclear reactors and ballistic missiles. So that's pretty cool.
I believe it's like, by some estimates, people say like there's like 12 million people. Some people say even more in the greater.
Some people say even more. The article itself shows 10 million. Some people say even more.
Metropolitan area, there's like at least 9 million people. You are not going to be able to evacuate 9 million, 15 million in the metro area. You're just not going to be able to do that. And
yeah, and you see, the thing is, it doesn't even matter because it's not like they fucking dropped a nuke on Tehran, bro.
People have been locked in. Some people have already started moving out of Tehran.
Based. Why should they stay there?
And there's nowhere to really go because...
What does that mean, there's nowhere to really go? Dude, Iran shot 1,000 missiles into Israel residential cities, and he's like all cool with it. But people evacuating a single city in Iran, that's too much. That's way too much. Dude, it's crazy.
Where are you supposed to go? They don't have gas. Israel hit the...
They don't have gas in all of Tehran, in all of Iran, one of the biggest oil manufacturers in the world. They have no gas.
Largest oil depot in Tehran already. So people are having a hard time getting gas, and people are having a hard time leaving the city to begin with. And Donald Trump is
traffic. There's traffic, guys.
Over here making threats like he's going to assassinate every single person. Like they're
based. First of all, he never said that, but also based. He never made that threat. He claims sky over Iran is under complete and total control. That's what he said. Does that at all sound like he tried to assassinate every single person? Mr. Fearmonger bullshit?
They're just going to drop a nuke on Tehran or something.
Yes, is that really what it sounds like? Fucking parasite? Terrorist supporting retard? This guy's a demon. Like, no one ever threatened dropping a nuke on Tehran.
It's so...
You know who did threaten dropping a nuke, though? Tehran! He's like, oh my god, I can't believe Trump would make a threat. No way! A threat? Trump is gonna make a threat against the enemy that literally tried to assassinate him more than once? Is Trump really making threats? Motherfucker, you retard. Bro, they have been making threats for the last 46 years in Iran. Hello? They've been saying death to America. We're gonna make a nuke. We're gonna fucking nuke you. They literally have been saying this. They've been chanting it in the streets.
Insane. Like, Americans, we do not understand this feeling. We will never understand this feeling because there is no force as powerful.
But the Israeli feeling of unbelievable amounts of terrorist attacks and threats against Israel, that Hassan fully understands.
Like, there's no force on the planet that can threaten us in the same exact way. Not even China, at least right now, cannot threaten us in the exact same way where they've like designed the entire rules of warfare.
Fuck yeah, go America. America's awesome. America's the strongest country in the world. Fuck yeah, I love America. What's your point?
And international rules and law and order to suit their purpose and can strike and do genocidal things with impunity.
Genocidal things, motherfucker. They are bombing nuclear power plants and ballistic missiles factories while intricately targeting and assassinating enemy generals. How is that genocidal? Dude, everything's a genocide according to this guy. Everything. Oh my god, I can't believe you just genocided the chicken wings, bro. Can't believe you just genocided all those chicken wings. Oh my lord.
Like, there's no comparison, which is why we can't comprehend what it's like to have like normal people have no say in what happens in their own lives.
What the fuck are you talking about? Like, literally, what are you talking about? No control in their own lives. Dog, you know, this could have been solved if these people would have not developed nuclear weapons.
Something that Donald Trump might be saying simply because he thinks it gives him an upper hand in this negotiations process is ultimately so consequential for millions of people.
Oh, he made a tweet saying evacuate the city. It's so consequential for millions of people. Bro, they're at war. Hello? There were 2 assassination attempts on Donald Trump from Iran, according to the Department of Justice. Iran has been saying death to America every day for the last 46 years. But Trump making a tweet telling people to evacuate Tehran is going too far and causing mass panic? You fucking terrorist apologist simp.
It's terrifying. I hope you guys can maybe close your eyes for a brief moment.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
And recognize the humanity of the Iranian people and recognize how devastating this kind of statement is.
It must be devastating for the Iranian people, true. However, they've been chanting death to America for the last 46 years. Again, not all the civilians, and I do feel bad for any civilian that's caught up in this. But that doesn't mean you don't actually fucking stop a country from getting nuclear weapons, asshole.
Without simply talking about how big, bold, and brave and beautiful our big, beautiful president is. Because like a lot of Americans are so callous in their indifference to dignity, to the dignity of human life.
The dignity of human life that Donald Trump made a tweet saying evacuate Tehran. You realize that's what he's still on right now, right? You realize he's still on the fact that Donald Trump made a tweet saying evacuate Tehran. He is still talking about the callousness of the Americans.
When it's overseas, when it's supposedly a civilian population of a foreign adversary, all Iran had to do was not build nukes, though.
True! Rare Hassan chatter that's actually like, wait, what the fuck? Are you retarded?
Not justifying this, but their government isn't innocent either. You're a idiot.
Yes! I love it, man. He's such a moron.
First of all, Iran hasn't built nukes.
That's the point. That's why there was an attack. So they don't.
Yeah, I should probably shut down.